Next up, CT. We got a special guest in the building. Who we got today?
It's your boy Future X. Was good?
Future X. How you doing, man?
Coolin', man. You know, same old shit.
You didn't always go by Future X. Can you tell us how you got your name changed? What was your name before you was Future X?
Well, shit. I've been doing it for a minute, so for the people who've been around for a while, my name was Future first, then the Future Montana, then Future Allah, and now it's Future X. But the transitioning period between, let's just start from Future Montana to Future Allah, I started coming across the 5%ers movement, Nation of Gods of Earth, and getting a lot of information from that. Started building, you know, learning my math, my science, alphabets, etc., etc. So that's what helped me. Mind you, it was more of the influence also to change my name was, okay, I listened to cats like Pops, who he was, Machiavelli, Biggie, Frank White, Max, Bad Biggie, etc., etc., etc. So I'm like, man, I want to do something, but I don't want it to be a street gangster dude. I want it to be somebody that's knowledgeable and really, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Made an impact in the community a different way. So when it came to changing it from Future Allah to Future X, it was because every time I would put music on World Star or bigger platforms and run ads and get further into like certain countries, there's a lot of Muslim countries that are like, no, don't do it. Some people were like, yo, just change your name. If I was able to do it because it's going to turn people off from listening to it off rip.
Yeah.
And those type of nations. When you need that, you want this money, you want that bag, you want to come through this.
You don't want to close yourself off.
Exactly. It don't matter how good it is. Some people, it's just going to turn some people off. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go to Future X. Because I already was kind of saying Future X in certain songs. Like, I do stuff like that. I'll sprinkle something like whether, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For a while, people won't know until I finally switch it. But, you know, X is just the unknown. It's the unknown variable. So after this point, it's just like, it's right there. It's just internal. It's still the most high, but it's still, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's more than that now. You know what I'm saying?
People can identify that.
Exactly.
Because they know from like Malcolm X.
And Malcolm X, that's what I'm going to get to. Malcolm X. So Malcolm X and Clarence 13X, Allah the Father was in the same mosque. And he was under him.
Okay.
So Clarence is under Malcolm.
Malcolm X?
Yep. So.
That's a good piece of information. I didn't know that. All right, so usually I want to start from the beginning so the viewers on Next Up CT can know who you are. You explain how your name changes and everything. But just start from the beginning, tell them where you've come from and where you was born in and stuff like that, your upbringing.
Well, I'm from Hartford, Connecticut. Born in Hartford, Connecticut, raised in Hartford, Connecticut. My parents, my mom from Hartford, Connecticut. My father, I can't remember right now. He might be born in Hartford, but he's not from Aliquippa, so... My grandparents, my father's grandparents is from Aliquippa, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
One is by way Louisiana, the other one by way North Carolina. My mom is from, like I said, she was born in Hartford, but my grandmother is from, she was born in Florida, but my great-grandmother's from Americus, Georgia. And my mom's father is from Jamaica, Kingston. I don't really got too much information on that one.
Okay. Yeah, so what was it like for you growing up in Hartford?
Shit, the regular shit in the hood, you know, regular shit, basketball, tag, all that shit, then going outside, you know what I'm saying? As you get outside, it's a whole other world when you outside. Yeah, we already know what that's about.
Definitely,
you know, guns, drugs, ladies, clubs, all that crazy shit, you know what I'm saying?
So you've been through all ups and downs.
All that shit, man. Niggas been outside, you know what I'm saying? So, for real, for real.
So, how did you get into music? How old were you, like, when you started doing music and stuff like that?
So, I've been loving music since I'm, like, 3 years old, I want to say. So, 92. And the first, the song I can remember, the oldest song I can remember that I can say that kind of describes me, though. And I didn't really, until, like, the last 2 years, I really came with that epiphany. Like, oh, this shit really do. Like, wow, this is crazy. Criss Cross, Jump Jump.
Oh, yeah.
Because Criss Cross was my favorite rappers when I was 3 years old.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It was one of my favorites.
That's what brought me to the TV. Like, oh, this rapping. Like, this is what my grandfather would say in Jamaican accent. Like, he used to call me Criss Cross. So that was my nickname for him. Criss Cross. He used to call me Criss Cross. So them, and then one of the oldest videos I always remembered and always stuck to me was, and years went by and I always just say the words that I couldn't remember what it was. Nobody could tell me. So I finally did my research and really found it. But it's the song Tennessee by Arrested Development. Take me to another place. Take me to another place. Watch that video. But those two, and they came out in 1992. So I'm like, yo, that's crazy the same year. But that's when I really fell in love with hip hop.
You know what song made me want to? The song by Another Bad Creation. I think that's the name. Aisha.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. And I was influenced by the R&B side too.
Yeah.
At our age, you born B at that time. You know what I'm saying? New Edition and stuff. I still listen to, you know what I'm saying? Cool it down. All that. You feel me? I was trying to make a little boy group with me, my little brother and my little cousin.
Yeah, I used to want to be in the
like we were singing, like, you feel me? Like, that type of thing.
Yeah, because we was born, like, you was born like 89, right? Yeah. So I was 91, right behind you. We was at the end of that era where we had all those different type of sounds and music. It was real dope growing up, yo.
But like my oldest artifact of like writing rhymes, I don't have it anymore, but it's probably somewhere, who knows. But when I was like 10 years old, so like 5th grade, my teacher used to have us do something at the end of class every day called the stream of consciousness, and you would write what you thought for 1 minute. You just on the clock and write your thoughts.
Okay.
And at the end of the year, he gave us a book, and I had it for years, you know what I'm saying? And I ended up making one of my mixtapes, my conscious mixtape, the only real, like, 100% conscious project I did was the stream of consciousness. What is it? It's called Stream of Consciousness, but I basically got it from my teacher's thing. Yeah, from that book. But like 10th grade, I was writing down rhymes like NBA star, car, like that type of shit, like writing a little rap. But I was the oldest. I'm like, yo, hell yeah, I really was trying at least.
So like 5th grade, you started trying to rap.
5th grade, and I never stopped from then. Like, never stopped writing from then.
So what was your first project? Like first ever recorded song?
My first ever recorded song?
Yeah. If you
I was on karaoke machines though.
Yeah, like, I mean, well, let's say your first song in the studio.
In the studio.
I did the karaoke machine.
That's what I'm saying. So I was writing
sets and everything.
Yeah. But like, first song that I ever had on a CD-ROM, let's say that, was when I still lived on Congress. My people had a little group called Full Clip, Spanish cats, and they tried to put me in it because I was rapping at the time. And it was a song it was called Holding the Clip for a While. But it was to Lloyd Banks' Smile song. I want to be the reason you smile. And I'm like, I've been holding the clip for a while. Gangsta shit like gangsta shit too, yo. But that was the first time I heard myself CD like, oh! But after that, like the first project I put out though, like for the public and when I started like bubbling, I was bubbling first, but then put out the project was the Preseason. It was on Dat Piff. I had songs like I'm From Hartford on there.
I'm From Hartford, I remember that.
Yanking It on there.
Legendary.
And there's a bunch of other songs.
I'm From Hartford is that one that y'all got the video.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the video too.
Yeah, okay.
It was like 2010.
Was that the one y'all performed that too, where you was on the stage with LP and everything?
That's Yanking It.
That's Yanking It.
But that's on the same project.
Same project.
Like big singles on that project, like you know what I'm saying. So it was going crazy at the time.
Yeah, so it's crazy. You had a Yanking It song way back in the days, and you got a Yank anthem now. Tell us, talk about the Yank anthem and how you kind of like you created that, and now somebody else came and like capitalized off yanking what you created. You started. Yeah,
basically. So let's say I like to say I'm the creative slap innovator because it was mad pieces to the puzzle that influenced me. You know what I'm saying? So it's basically the innovator of this motherfucker. But yeah, I started off with my first mixtape. Shout out to 2-4. Me and 2-4 in the studio.
I interviewed 2-4.
At the time, I don't know. I'm running around. We on Persian doing music. So I'm still running around. You know, LP still out here at that time. Yup, yanking it. And the first mixtape still done. The first mixtape I dropped and was on actually is the Six Figures shit. Yep. Six Figures chapter 1 that come up is the first time we dropped something on Dat Piff, and then I dropped my solo after, like a couple months later.
Okay.
But so Yanking It come about. We in the club, you know, at the time running around on some Bourbon Street shit. We on some my cousin had them on some 228 AZG, all this wild shit. And then me and Nitty went to middle school together. So after we got to high school, you feel me? Everybody separate, but we was on MySpace and I'm getting lit. They doing their thing. Spade, Nitty, Gucci.
Shout out to all them.
You feel me? News. And then Nitty rapping one day like, yo, I was just bringing it to the nooks and cranny of the shit. Like, you gotta feel the culture at the time. You feel me?
Yeah.
Nitty like, let's link up. So I'm like, fuck, let's link up. You gotta beat your shit hard. We talking with the Persian, blah, blah, blah. So now we create the Six Figures mixtape, and then now the Preseason one comes. So when the Preseason comes, I am yanking it for this specific project for sure. But I'm like, man, I want to make a club record. This is my first project. I printed my blueprint. Everything after that was the blueprint from the first project. I always try to keep that blueprint and just switch it up, like different anthems and shit, whatever. But so I'm like, I need a club song, and I'm like, if I'm gonna do it, it's gonna be some Hartford shit. We got Sucker for the Nookie lit at the time still, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In the club, they still playing Kareem, bringing it off a hot club and shit like that. And what else? So I'm like, I need something that's gonna rival that, be on the radio, and put the culture in it. So that's when I started. I'm in the studio with Nitty and I'm like, yo, I need a beat that's gonna do that bounce. You know how we do it. The song that we need that bounce. We doing that to every other song. I Get Money, Max B, These My Quarter, every shit that come on in the club at this time.
We
niggas doing this.
We need our own song to do the
right.
dance.
But the dance creates the beat basically because with the dance already out. And shout out to my cousin Had Free Head. You might be home at least in the next year and a half. You talking about he optimistic doing a little program. He'll be out. Did a little 10-week stretch that just gave him 18, but that was one of the main influences at the time because he made that Southside dance. So it's like the Ab dance already been out done. Corey already had that shit, you feel me? So we already knew about that. But when that Southside dance started hitting the scene, it was like new to everybody in the city. So everybody was clinging to it. I remember just being on every side of the city, everybody doing it. Even if they different hoods. Every hood doing that Southside.
It started to turn to what you call yanking is from the South side to yanking to like everybody started.
The Ab was the number one shit that everybody was doing. You know what I'm saying? With the hands and shit. But when the Yankee came, it was like a new thing. Like, yo!
It's like you start, you freaking dance, and you add that into it, you yanking it.
So at this time, around this time, not even just being an industry, he created the beat, basically to fill with the dance. And I thought, you see me in the club, you know that I be yanking it. I feel like Soulja Boy. The way that I be cranking it, and Soulja Boy was the influence at the time. Putting music on MySpace, trying to get to that level, trying to get to this level, trying to get on the radio, you know what I'm saying?
And it was a lot of, like, in that era, dancing was what it was. Hartford dances was more with our hands. And
that's what we were doing, though.
Yeah,
that's how that shit was.
And nobody else in the world was doing dances like that.
I don't know.
It's surprising how long it took for that to at least touch the scales of other places.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Because that's something that's been going. We've been doing out here since what?
Shit.
2007.
Before that, the older class than us was the ones that really pushed it down. Because all of them cats who created like them habits and shit, they a little bit older than us.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So that came down, but we were the ones that was like really indulged in it even more deeper. You know what I'm saying? We were the younger one at the time. Like, so it really got crazy.
So you think that's the same thing with this generation? They kind of like took the dancing. Yeah, they went crazy with it.
You know,
because you see how they be doing it, spinning around. And
shout out to Zoe for doing that, adding that extra part. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so he did what I did basically, but you know what I'm saying? I already had spent off that. But at the time, one thing we was doing, I was doing like the Philly Cat, Reed Dollar, Joey had. They was doing videos on rapping, putting on MySpace. So that's how I got hot because I was like one of the first ones in Connecticut
to do that.
In the hood to catch on to it, like. I made a freestyle called Hot Summer Freestyle. That's how I really ever caught any fire.
From way back in the day, it was like you, Banger,
all that. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, Hayes, he had the song on the radio.
Right, but they were ordering us. So in our generation, in our like, everybody was like me and Banger and a couple other people. The kid Young P at the time. Ace was working. There was a name Chainsaw and a few other people. Young Ty and all, Kid Rich. You feel me? Like in our bracket, facts. So, but when I was doing that, doing the videos, sitting in the living room. I said, freestyle. He from the wrong side of town. Talking like a gangster. Then we started doing these diss songs back and forth to dudes. That's when it really...
it went up.
It was going crazy that summer. I remember that. Going crazy.
So, like, you went through a lot in the music business, just from a Connecticut standpoint, and you done a lot of work. You do like one of the most consistent artists out here. Could you tell the viewers what it is for you? How do you stay so consistent? What's the key to staying consistent as you do?
I mean, I just always believed in the shit that I did, man. I just always felt like this shit was supposed to happen. It was written. That's how I feel. So why stop? I just felt like there's no reason to stop. There's really never no reason to stop.
Daddy?
Daddy, what? You didn't have to tell me that. Just sit in the hallway, please. Thanks.
All right. Yeah, so speaking of that, I always ask people about fatherhood. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to ask you, how do you feel about fatherhood? We're going to start off with your relationship with your father and you being a father. Like, tell us about that.
All right, so my father, he wasn't around really until, up till I was like 4 or 5. But I felt this slipping away a little bit because he started, when dudes get their next family and get more kids and shit.
Yeah.
My father had, my brothers in Britain and stuff. And, but then he got caught up in some shit. My father was a hustler. He was a drug dealer, whatever. And he was big time in his hood. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely big time.
Yeah.
And motherfucking, he went down. The feds got his shit fucked up. Street shit thrown away. All that shit thrown away. You know what I'm saying? Moved to California, whatever, years later. And then my mom finally sent me to him when I was like 16, so it was like my sophomore year. I was going to Prince Tech, still living on Congress. My mom sent me away. I wanted to go stay with him. But when you go stay with somebody you ain't really, you was never under his roof. You don't know where you was been.
You already know
craziest
too well.
parts of my life was from the transition from elementary to middle school. Like middle school was crazy. It probably was the inner issues. You know what I'm saying?
The
I used to
craziest
fight
part
all
of
the
the
time and
time.
shit.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't want to. I ain't want to listen. Like my mom got to buy the pay list. I know my father had bread. Like I had everything I wanted, jewelry, anything. Look at like 5, 6 cars. Like come on now. So at that point, I'm feeling it. You know what I'm saying? My brother, father was around for a while too. That's in my household. So my mom had two sons. I lived with me and my brother. I lived with my mom's.
Okay.
So you know what I'm saying?
So was he like a father figure to you as well?
At first, but he went to jail too. So all I remember, you know what I'm saying? It was done. It was shot. He was around. You know, he was a little Salito and shit. But he out now. Figure. Shout out to Figure. But he was around and he was a father figure for me. There was one time my mom went to jail. She tried to do some shit in Jamaica, whatever. Came back, tried to come back. Get some weed, whatever. My aunt got caught, so he was in jail, and he took care of me for some months. And my father, I don't know, he probably was in jail. I think my father was in jail at the same time. And my mom and father was in jail at like one point in time.
Okay, shit.
You know what I'm saying? So he was there for me. So I always, look at my brother's father as a father figure for sure. But he went down. He went down by the time my brother was like a baby. Matter of fact, my brother was just being born. My brother was born in '93.
Okay.
So a lot of this happened. I'll tell you 92 music, you know what I'm saying? But 93, my brother born, and I think his father went down like 93, 94. And he do like 10. You know what I'm saying?
So basically, for the period of time where you really needed a male figure, nobody was.
Like, I grew up, and my family is female dominant. Like my mom's side, my father's side, like, because my father wasn't around, so my father's side was more distant. I got back with my father's side when it came back to coming back from California at 16.
When you were a little older.
Came back a little older. I mean, me and Mac going to the same middle school.
Yeah, shout out Mecca, man.
Matter of fact, me and Mac linked up in the middle school again, like, oh, my cousin, like,
so
yo!
From your father's side.
Yeah, from my father's side, yep. Linked up like, yo, my cousin. But then when I came back, I ended up, doing.
And that's dope because y'all kind of like got the same mind frame, like you can tell.
Exactly, yep. So and Snacks, my cousin, shout out to Snacks, gigged up on my mom's side. So I always influenced by Snacks. You know what I'm saying, too, so...
that had to be a dope influence.
That dude motivated me more than a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? That's my older male cousin that's in our bracket, like, you feel me, not too much older than us. He was a leader, like, that dude was a leader for sure.
Yeah.
Him and his clique, Blunt, Chuck, all of them, like, they're rapping the Oakland Terraces, motherfuckers was at least 12, you feel me? Like,
that's how I know Snacks, because my uncle Nori, rest in peace.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we post them. Oh, you know it all. Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's my uncle. So that's how I know Snacks and all them dudes. See, I was a little kid out there running behind them. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So that's dope. All right, so what about your experience?
My son, I just kind of stay there because I know I've been through that. No father around, no father figures at all. All my cousins, none of their fathers around. Yeah. So it's a whole. We got a women family. They got a generation of boys. We got a couple girls in our mix, but none of us fathers are barely around.
No fathers.
Maybe one or two, maybe, and motherfuckers halfway around. So we learn all that shit in the street. So the most difficult shit about that happening is trying to raise a son is actually the hardest part because we never had a father. Yeah. Sometimes I be stuck like, damn, what do? I don't know what to do. I never had, you know what I'm saying? That's the hardest part about the whole shit.
Yeah, real
it's
shit.
Like, damn, what the fuck do I do? I never had nothing. You know what I'm saying? You find yourself doing what your mom tell you to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. I'll be trying to snap out of that.
Right.
But I look at my boy sometimes like, damn, was I acting like that?
Yo, and that's the best part about father. And I tell somebody the other day, like, the knowledge to tell you is knowledge, wisdom, understanding. You'll never get understanding until you get children.
Yeah, true.
That's the point, because you never know. You don't remember what you did from 1 to 3. I remember from 3 up.
Yeah.
But from 1 to 3, you don't remember that. And 3 to 4, you barely still remember all that. You know what I'm saying? So when you see a children, you're like, yo, this is crazy. Like, these dudes is annoying as hell. The only dude thought to ask questions was I doing this. So it brings you back down to earth, like, wow, this is the circle of life. You know what I'm saying? At one point in time, you ain't no shit. You ain't know how to talk. Somebody teach you how to talk. Somebody have to give you all your knowledge, and you watch TV, and you start really, and that's when the world comes a bigger picture. That's why understanding is just a great manifestation of everything, the realization of everything. So
I was trying to tell somebody the other day that children will, get and it enlightens you. It was a girl. She was like, "Oh, she ain't got no kids." She was like, "Children don't enlighten you." Da da da. I'm like, "All right, you gonna see?"
That humbles you, especially the women. That's crazy. A woman saying that.
Yeah, I'm
you gotta sit down for 9 months. Your body You know when it's like when you fall asleep, you can't stop sleep. You can't stop your body from growing that baby.
From growing that baby, you can't stop that.
Unless you're gonna be out here looking wild, smoking, drinking in the club, that's on you. But hey,
yeah, for
consequences come from that too.
I was surprised too, but that's somebody my friend could be like that when they haven't had children yet.
Exactly.
But it is what it is. So what you got coming up next?
OSS 4, new merch out right now. Big OSS 4. You know what I'm saying? Got a little merch, little shirt right there. Got a couple tees. For sale, got a bag of them in the car, a couple hoodies, large, medium, small, that good shit. Then I'm working on it. I flipped those already. I got a few more left. And I'm going for the next wave. So I'm doing some more OSS 4 merch because that's the next project coming out. I got the first single that came out was with the game. Dropped that last fall. So I'm doing the long run right now. Mad Science is featuring the game and Willie J. Stinson, produced by 2-4. Check that out.
I was gonna get to asking you about the feature with game.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Whoo, boy! And people that know me know I'm a game nigga. Like, if you watch my interviews from any time with this rap shit, and people ask me who influenced me, I always like, your game is the nigga. I have to say it. Like, when high school, that was the nigga that, you feel me? I'm a unit nigga. Let's say that. I started from 50. I started from Big. But then when Game came with that West Coast, I always like the West Coast niggas. I love that West Coast swagger. I always love that gangster shit. Yeah. Like, and if it's gonna be that, it's gonna be West Coast because they started that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I like to just be authentic with it. And so one night I'm on. It's funny we talking about snacks. I'm on Call of Duty with snacks in them. They don't even know what's going on. And I didn't even want to drop the bomb there because I'm like, is this shit happening? So man, Game put up a little shit on his story like, yo, hit me right now. Ask what's the price. And let's see what we could do for a verse. So I'm like, so I go click it. Mind you, it was like 1 a.m. I'm not a late night person like that. Yeah. Unless I'm up on the game or something, duty, we up. So that night, I be like, I always say, Call of Duty, you got me that picture for game. Like, you got me that picture, dude. I would have been knocked out, it would have happened. So basically, like 1 a.m. Mind you, California, 3 hours the other way, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay. Yeah. So bang, I'm like 1 a.m, I'm on there. I click it. Once I click this shit to go write them, I see a message from June, so around my birthday. So this happened in like I said, fall. I got the feature last year. So I look on June. I hit him up like, yo, what's good? Because he put that same thing. He never responded. So at this moment, this is why I tell people, even with this music shit, is vital. It could be 1,000 doors. You might be hitting the wrong door every time, but once you hit that fucking one right door, that's gonna make the difference. So keep trying. You know what I'm saying?
Keep trying.
And that night, I looked at my message from June. I said, man, he ain't about to respond. And I could have put my phone down. I was about to. But I said, no, I fuck with this nigga. In my head, nigga said some groupie shit. No, I fuck with this nigga. I listen to this nigga I want the music with. So I'm persistent with my shit. Respond back, yo, what's the price? I'm like, man, say the number. But I don't know if it's him yet. Mind you, know it was that thing going on during the pandemic too, where people pages was doing this, they like promo or going to mixtapes and shit. So I'm like, I lowball him like, man, I'm broke right now. Fuck that. The crypto went back down. I'm about to say 500. In my head, I'm like, I don't even want to disrespect it because now he's gonna be like, nigga, what the fuck? But I'm like, man, fuck that. I'm a hood nigga. I'm sure how much of a hood nigga I am. I'm gonna tell him 500. When I know he probably gonna be like 50 racks or some wild shit, 10 racks, 20 racks. So I'm like 500, nigga. Home like he sent his voice message back.
Oh shit. Okay.
I've been listening to games as a fucking 18.
So you know it was him.
I know it's this nigga. He like, yeah, nigga, love it. He like, I wish I could, but send 1,500, and I could see what, and we could do something.
Oh, that's like, not bad, bro.
At fucking 1 a.m, this is my favorite nigga. This nigga dead. He's a legend. He's a West Coast legend. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hold up. I already got it, but I got it. Let me make sure I look at my crypto account. Okay, I still got 15 right there. Good. Bang. I'm like, you take crypto? He like, nah, no. Need cash app, something. So at this point, I'm good at crypto, but I ain't that good. Yeah. So I gotta find somebody to convert my money over and send it over. Yeah. I call my boy Mike. This is crazy because my boy Mike is a nigga that never picks up. He wasn't a nigga that you call here, never pick up. He picks up on his time, read your messages on his time. So I didn't think he was gonna pick up. I called him, a nigga picked up. Cause I called my nigga Jalen first, he ain't pick up. Called Mike picked up. I'm like, oh my God, this meant to happen. I'm like, yo, this meant to be. I started talking shit, I ain't even tell him yet. This is meant to be. Like, yo, what? Like, I'm like, nigga, Gang said 1,500 for a verse right now. He's like, what? Mike is somebody I knew from high school, so niggas know. He like, alright, convert all the money over to Bitcoin, send it to Cash App, and you good. I'm like, what? Send it to him. I'm like, yo, 24 hours, I got you, blah, blah, blah. I'm independent right now. I ain't with no label. When you're done with your shit, whenever you need me, I'll clear it, and we'll get it through. I'm like, word. So I call I'm hearing a couple producers. I'm like, who gonna throw the beat? Like, fuck that. This is a project right now. Yeah. Come on now. We all from the bottom. Let's do this shit. Hit Nitty up. Yo, man, he been fucking with Banks. Me and Nitty and News and we used to swim with Judah at one point back on Persian. We know they sound. We know that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? So, bang. Nitty like, I got you. I'm gonna send you some beats. He goes, I'm like, damn, you ain't send me no beats. I'm about to hit other niggas. The niggas go, I know they ain't gonna sleep. Time go by, like, start getting like 5 in the morning. I'm like, I don't know, man. And he flicking on me. Home send a pack. Oh, right. Right. He like, yo, let's add Willie to this project. My boy that sing, Willie J. Spencer, shout out to Willie. Willie laid a hook. We recording at Willie Studio. So we all just doing, we in on this, you feel me? Get it done. So that's how the record ended up getting done. You feel me? I sent the thing, sent it back the game. He sent it back with 24 hours ASAP. He was like, yo, you look out. We in there trying to send it. We trying to hold out, trying to send it with my shit on there. Yeah. But we had to send him the beat.
Just the beat. So
ASAP.
he could get his verse.
So that's why we had the song was, you feel me? All over the place, but I had to make it work. I came up with a concept, you feel me? We grinded it out and got it done. Then, you know, he wanted more for the video. So I just ended up, you know, I got a dude from Jersey who been a fan of my music for a year.
How much he wanted for the video?
Like 10.
10 to come out and do the video.
To do the video, you feel me? And that's probably going out there. I ain't going out here.
Damn, that's you know going out there.
So probably going out there, you know what I'm saying?
Top,
Hell yeah, so we got the animated version. My boy, shout out to my boy Paperface. Because that's like I said, he was a fan of my music. And me and him always linked up. He did my first animated video, Take a Sip. And he also did like the Six Figures logo. He did a lot of stuff for me, like back behind the scenes. But he been blowing up. He been putting in work. He did videos for Fred the Godson.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. From a fan.
It's good because you doing that. Look how much people you done involved into that project. That
right.
You know, it's helping everybody out. You know what I'm saying? So that's dope.
Trust me, 2-4 Willie, when that Spotify hit and them things hit them accounts with distros, dude called like, yeah, okay. That's the most. I'm like, okay. So a lot of people say things like certain artists like, I'm like, man, no matter what. You say like, game look out, yo. Game look out, bro. And my shit hitting. That's all still hitting right now. You know what I'm saying? It's just streaming. So it's definitely was a good look, man. Shout out to the game. Shout out to Willie J. 2-4, Paperface. Everybody out behind that record right there. First single. And the second single off OSS 2 I ended up dropping with Prime Time with my guy Fuego Bass. Shout out to Big Bass, The Well. You know what I'm saying? He blessed me with that right quick. Then we did a couple more records for his project. Paid in Full out now. Got another record out now on his newer tape. And then I'm working on the third single this week. I'm about to go out to Detroit. We're going to Detroit Thursday. Shoot a video with Skilla Baby. Shout out to Skilla Baby. Shout out to Baby all of them over there in Detroit. Get this third single popping and get this tape off.
So I'm about to interview a guy who shot one of your videos, the Kid Facey. Can you talk about that relationship, how you link up with Kid Facey and shooting a Hartford Anthem video?
So, like I said, niggas really outside, niggas really from the city. But me and Facey went to Prince Tech together, middle school. So we was in the same bus, so we always kind of knew each other from that. So when I see him doing videos, I was one of the first people that reached out like, come on, let's do this shit, like, you feel me? So RBA and him, he didn't want to do it at first. He was trying to be all, I'm like, yo, come on. I'm like, controversy, no. I'm like, yo, it's going to be big, though. And then for sure it did. RBA and the went viral, like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and we go Facey website. He had that like the top banner our video shoot pick. You was in that. You was there. We did the J Hud video shoot.
Matter of fact, I was in the J Hud.
J Hud, what I'm saying? I was in J Hud.
I was in the J Hud video.
J Hud one.
Yeah. So J Hud. You know, we all grew up listening to J Hud.
So we talk about game. J Hud's another one like that. You know what I'm saying? At that point, J Hud. We listen to D Block, and if you was our age bracket. You most likely listen to J Hud. He was like,
most definitely.
He was older than us, but he was the youngest.
He was right here.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, linking up with home was big. And we linked up with him for that record. It started off on Twitter. And on Twitter, we had, I think Matt was writing like top albums or something. And he came out of nowhere on Twitter and said, nah, these albums are the best albums. And we like, where you been at? Like, who you talking to? Like, we rating. They're like, no, what you talking about? But then after we had the conversation, we go back and forth. We like, jumping the DM like, yo, what's good with the feature for some And fucking, we did that video shoot. Back to the hood. Shout out to you in the video. Back to the video. That thing was fire, man. That thing was hard.
It was. That was
not the facey, man. Shot that.
But that, listen. It's crazy that we bring this up because that is like part of me coming into like doing camera work. I started doing video, like real shit. That day, I went and shot Jim Fetty and Fred video.
Okay.
I shot a video for them on the tablet. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, wow.
You got that motivated. No funny shit. So that motivated me when I'm like right after I left getting your video. I took Kid Facey card. Word to me, I went and shot the video and I handed Jim Kid Facey card. So then that's how Jim started doing his videos with Kid Facey shortly after that.
That's why people gotta keep working, man.
You know what I'm saying? I was never the type of person to be like, oh, I'm not there yet. I'm not. No. Listen, because I know my video that I'm about to shoot for y'all not about to come out how this dude video about to come out.
Right.
So I told him, like, yo, I was just in the video, woody woo, here, this is a dude card. Because I know what they trying to do. You see how, you see what Jim Fetty doing now? He got songs with Lucci and everybody doing his thing. But that's how they wanted to go, and I was not there yet. So, you feel me? I pushed that off, and I made that happen. But that moment inspired me, bro, a whole bunch.
And like from there, J Hub started reaching out back to me and Matt to do other shit, like hit us up because the song was hard. You feel me? And I remember that day of the set, I was building with him and shit like on knowledge. I didn't know he was not like that motherfucker deep. You feel me? Deeper than you would think.
Yeah.
Be a deal like what the fuck? Like home really is damn near a scholar with that shit to this day. He read a lot, and he reached out to me. We met with some other shit. He ended up reaching out to me this one. I'm like, oh shit, this is like a breaking point. Like yeah, shit is real. Like. No matter what they say, they might say we're not in the industry. We damn near in the industry. Like me, no, if you look up, you look up my shit.
For real.
So hey, on paper, you know what I'm saying? So he hit me up for a song. The song was hard. I do my verse. He like, yo, I'm trying to get people on there. I don't know. He just said two other people that I know. He said Ali Vegas. I'm like, what? Mind you, I tried to hit Ali Vegas up for a feature around the time I was hitting J Hub. We looking for a feature, you know what I'm saying? We had A Mafia, got a verse from A Mafia for 6 Figure Tape at the time. And motherfucking, I'm like, Ali, damn, this is a nigga I fuck with. Like, Ali, I fucked with him almost that much that I fucked with Hood at one point. But Ali's a little earlier. So I'm like, oh shit. So he get Ali on the song, shit hard. The day of the video shoot, I go to Manhattan, and motherfucking, I walk in, and the first thing I see Ali, I'm like, oh shit. And Ali just starts saying my verse. Like arm, leg. He said it like that. Arm, leg, arm, head, supreme. Close, you keep saying it. In my head, I'm like, what is the fuck?
Somebody that you really.
You feel me? I'm already here with J Hub, and this is a nigga that I can say his first freestyle right word from word. And then Ali, like, I was fucking with Ali. You feel me? Heavy. So like, yo, that was a crazy moment. And then after that, and that was on Ali project and J Hub project at the time. And then after that, me and J Hub still building, and we came up with Illuminated Mind. That's out. I think I just looked. That just hit. Finally, just hit 100,000 streams.
That's a song.
A project.
That's a whole project.
Yeah, project. That's my second concert project.
Okay.
So Stream of Consciousness is the first one I did, and then me and J Hood did the collabo conscious one.
So you got a whole project out here with J Hood.
J Hood, Illuminated Minds.
See, the world need to know that, man.
Motherfucker.
Real shit.
We probably got no part 2 all that. It was supposed to be the whole project was supposed to be me, J Hood, and Ali, but Ali be getting caught up in shit. And me and J Hood we make tracks like this. I said to me, you got the verse. He said to me, I got the verse. We was making it like that. So our part of the project was already done. We was waiting for Ali shit. But then he was taking long. Time went by like a whole year. So we like, man, fuck that. We gonna put it out like this.
Man, that's so dope to get a project with basically a legend in the game. Somebody who he ain't have all the big plaques and stuff, but for us in the streets, for us coming up, man, he was one of them spitters.
He was the video, all that. He ran, you feel me? He ran around. He did what we want to do.
Yeah, fact.
You know what I'm saying? So you could definitely
be working, man. I see, like when I see as an artist coming out here, 9 times out of 10, Future X is the opening act.
Not a Wick, November 20th. I'm in here. Not a Wick. What's the theater? Make sure y'all get these tickets.
Yo, how you be in front of everything that's moving out here?
Man, you gotta keep your eyes on the product, man. I'm a student of the game, though. As you can see, like, listen to everything I told you. This ain't no regular shit. I'm already a student of the shit. Like, I pick people's brains. I like to bring people together. I like to do the next big thing. Or even put people. I get people ideas that do shit. Like, there's a million people that can come here and tell you shit that I helped them with. You know what I'm saying? So that's just just being true to the game, and I know that I have to watch the industry. We want to be in the industry, but if we can create our own, why not?
Yeah,
fuck.
shit.
We don't want. We know the bullshit that's coming out now. Everything coming out now. We in the age of information. We know the age of the water barrier here, so the industry like a fucking smoke and mirror at this point. A valve.
That's why I'm doing this. Like we can have our whole industry right here, and generate all our loot right here in Connecticut. It's small, but shit, it ain't like Texas. You know, you ain't got leave.
Right, exactly.
But still, we can.
And then we got people like. I don't want to bring it up, you know, Talib Kweli shit. Throw dirt on our name, like how Diddy did one time too. Joe Rogan, like, hey, God, like, we trying to build a name, we trying to eat out here.
Damn. Why people don't like Connecticut so much?
I don't know, man. I don't know. They don't be with us, though, I'll tell you that. All them niggas ain't been there with us, I'll tell you that. That's why, let's get to the truth. That's why, nigga, they ain't been there. Everybody got fuck with the hood, fuck with the hood. We just ain't even list them motherfuckers. Fuck with the you know what I'm saying? Young Ma to motherfucking Max to French to, you know what I'm saying? J.I., all the motherfuckers there come going here to tell you, like, yeah, fuck with CT. So,
yeah, that's crazy, man.
Everybody get different experience. Everybody gonna like LA the same. Everybody gonna like Miami the same. It is what it is.
That's true. So, how did you get into knowledge of self, the 5%ers? What are you? What do you like? Do you claim a religion? Do you... What's going on with that?
I can say I'm God body, but knowledge of self is just the key. So that's the key to all of me. Like coming across knowledge of self is the best thing ever, and it just came from the nation that got to earth. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. People go through more. Some people go through Hebrew Israelite. Some people go through, you know what I'm saying, this faction or that faction, Malachi York or whatever. But 5% is the ones that when I found me and how I came across it. One of my boys, my boy Marcus home. You feel me? That was one of my boys back when we was younger, like heavy. Like, first time listening to 50 Cent, fucking with that nigga, he had the CD. He was a little younger than me, too. And fucking, we had a rap group, everything. And it was years we ain't speak, then we finally got back together, and I remember home was fresh out of jail, and home was showing, he had papers on his thing. Mind you, I always felt like not knowledge itself, but I was knowledgeable, I was conscious, let's say that. Okay. Since a young, I never really like pollution, I don't want, you know, competition, drawing for pollution in elementary, all type of shit. So, I'm like, one day in the paper I see knowledge, respect, wisdom, and this is one of the wildest niggas I knew. And you know, they like, really, nigga, I ain't have to, niggas come to me as a voice of reason for this nigga, like my little brother, like, I always had your wild niggas with me, so, it's like, so, well, I'm like, what you know about this? He's like, nigga, what you know about this? And they're like, you don't know about this, I'm reading. He's like, yo, yeah, chill. But he had it all written out on mad papers. And at that point, I'm like, I want to know what this is. He's like, nation dollars. So I started looking, you know, my own. Already was doing my own research. Already was on some Illuminati shit, like what's going on with this shit. And that shit just hit home. That shit just like it just meant to be. It was just meant to happen. Everything made sense. It was empowerment. You know what I'm saying? Something that we needed. The religion that my family is under, I ain't really give a fuck about all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So
was that Christianity?
Yeah, Christianity. The average, you know, average Black American family. You know what I'm saying?
So people would think you Muslim because you know Allah.
X. But that's people that work, you gotta really know to know. So even some of the Muslims overseas, I would have to break it down and explain to them. Some of them got it like, oh, okay, it ain't even this. Because it's not Muslim. It's really, you know, Islam, Nation of Islam, that's a different Islam. Yeah. And then that's an offspring of that. Because he was with the Nation of Islam, Allah. So, you know, that's how that go. But it was from my boy. And then I linked with my boy Rakim because he was official with it. And he got me to an elder God, I am having shaping me up. You know what I'm saying? But I started working a lot at that time. After I would get my shit quick. But then I had got the job, Jacob Vehicle Systems, and I was working pure hours. I ain't had no time to study and do all that shit, so I ended up falling off of doing it that way. But niggas know me, I'm still like, that's what I do. After changing my mind, I already changed my life and my environment more. You know what I'm saying? I stopped watching TV. I don't watch TV. I don't fuck me on TV. Stop watching sports like that. I was a sports motherfucker. You feel me? Stop watching pure shit. I'm more into just knowledge. Now that's all I watch every day. It's like eat, sleep, and shit. If I'm on YouTube, I'm watching some shit. Yeah. I'm watching Black Star Channel. I'm watching Sinetta or something. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching Crow TV. I'm watching Dave Calloway. This is what I watch.
That's what I
24 hours a day.
I found a lot of my information outside of the TV, Black Moon.
You know what I'm saying? And books. You know what I'm saying? All that. So that's how. So now I'm just like, you know, how can I say it? More of a free thinker. You know what I'm saying? But knowledge itself and 5% is at my foundation. That's the building blocks. That's building the basement. But now, you know, I'm building the building. That's the way I need to do.
You also collab with an artist. 24 hours. How did that come about?
24 hours. So my cousin Randolph Francis, shout out to Randolph Francis. A lot of people know him for getting blueprints and putting a lot of things in the play he do behind the scenes. Sometimes I have him act as my management at times. But my cousin, he told me about him. He was Royce Rizzy. I didn't really know who he was. I'm like, who is this? People come to me with people. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I know.
Why did I put Brad to this? Like, what are you talking about?
I knew he was before you did the feature. I was like,
word. And I found out after I did that. He didn't have a bug. Like, after I got to know him, you know what I'm saying? So we do the feature, whatever. He fucked with the beat. I sent him out to Flex Beats. He was BSF Flex, but at the time he wasn't BSF Flex. I think he was still Bandcamp. Fucking with Eric Bueller in Chicago. And he sent me the beat. And me and Flex was having like a great year that year, like 2016 or whatever. I dropped my Call Me Poppy song. I dropped 2 Fucks. I dropped When It Keep Coming. It was going sick. And I sang the song. He was like, yo, a lot of people want me to. And he's ready, man. This shit, because he made the chorus and everything like, I like, sing my shit, man. Get that verse. That's all I need, though. That's that verse. And then and the original record, this is the original record, though. The original record wasn't just 2-4. The original record was 2-4 and Young Money Young from Virginia. Okay. You ever heard of Young Money Young?
Nah, never.
Young Money Young is Pusha T's understudy, basically. Okay. Like, that's his young homie, from the younger homie. He's older now, but he's older than me for sure.
Do he got like a Pusha T swag or?
Not really. He got his own swag. Young hard. I heard of Young before I think he was with Pusha T for somebody else. Okay. So he was on that song. So right now I have a remix of it on SoundCloud where it got Young's verse on there. Okay. But since I was in LA with 24, because I went and did a show in Atlanta with him. He had a show at the pre-ACE shit event. And I went in Atlanta and did a show. They had like Johnny Cinco in there. They had he had Nestle. A couple cats from Atlanta was in there. And performed, did my Yankee and shit at the time. That's when I just revamped Yankee. Rhythm wasn't out yet. Okay. Yeah, so you can ask for 24 hours as a witness that know, like that's outside this day. I was like, yo, you feel me? So
so you talking about Yankee? Is a new song Yankin or Yankin?
Yankin. In 2016, that was Yankin. So in 2016, it was a vibe where people on Twitter were saying stuff and people were screenshotting me and showing me shit like, yo, we need another Yankee song, Future. We need some type of Future shit. No, but we ain't had none. Like, you know, we ain't got none. This nigga understand. I I had to bring life into this shit. So they're like, man. I'm like, fuck that. I'm gonna redo Yankin it. There wasn't nobody talking about this shit yet. Like, everybody know. Until that shit happened, there was nobody trying to do that. Nobody talking about it. It was just me. Yeah. You feel me? If you was trying to make a song like that, you would shout me out and put me on a song. Yeah. Everybody was doing that for years. So when I did the Yankee revamp, it was like, that shit. I got it on Hot 97. It was an interview with G Money. They playing it crazy. Yeah, Money keep coming crazy at that time. So that shit get on the radio. And no, so in Atlanta, I meet him, blah, blah, blah. Mind you, he tells me his brother's name is Made in 20. His brother's rapping. 24, oh, yeah. 24 in the club. And at the time, Made in Toyo was not Made in Toyo yet. Like, world, you feel me? Like, countrywide and all that. Uber everywhere that out. Yeah. I had Yankee. My Yankee video had about...
I didn't know they was brothers. That was crazy.
My Yankee video had about 5,000 videos. He showed me his brother's videos. His brother probably had like 1,000 or a couple hundred views or something like that. We in the club in Atlanta. He like, yo, they open the duffel bag full of money. Yo, we about to go to LA next weekend. You should come. You feel me? We about to go run it up, put a revolt, all this shit, run a single. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, oh shit, this is how it's working?
Put the bag behind you. There you go.
So he had a duffel bag, whatever, opened it. I'm like, yo, they like, we about to run to LA next weekend doing press run, basically. I'm like, it's the press run? Like, big duffel bag of money? Okay. So we out. So he like, yo, come this weekend. Matter of fact, so that's what he's saying, this weekend. I'm like, man, I gotta go home. I got kids. I gotta get back to Connecticut. Gotta re-up. Get my money, collect all that, do all that. So I go back home. This motherfucker in LA, in club the next night. When he told me to come that weekend, whatever it was, 2 days later, he was Jermaine Dupri in the club. I'm like, oh shit. Damn, I would have met Jermaine. I'm a crisscross nigga. I would have been like, yo, got to flip everything, like, yo. Because mind you, he was still managed by Jermaine at the time. If you know, like, Rich got the Social Death tattooed on him. You know what I'm saying? So he's a product of that. He came up with a little scrappy. He told me his whole story and shit. But that next weekend, I fly out to LA. And you feel me? We networking and moving around with him. You feel me? Moving. I'm like, damn, this shit crazy. Like, moving home was like, oh, I felt the taste of it for sure. Like, a taste of how it is. Like, like my first time Uber, I didn't know shit about Uber. He was telling us in Atlanta. Like, I'm like, Uber, and it's gonna be big. It's the next big thing. I'm telling you, it's a company. Nobody, we ain't have shit in Connecticut. And I'm like, yo, they had it in Florida, in Atlanta, and shit like that, in Cali. So So we moving around, we be in the club like pure Asian mafia niggas, all type of shit. We going to, he fucking with his sponsors. We getting clothes for the low and shit. We on Fairfax. We doing all that. We shoot my video. That's what our main reason I got out there in LA. Like, shoot the video. Fuck it. But y'all couldn't make it out to LA that weekend, so we just chopped the song. And I left y'all shit for a remix. You feel me? So we do shoot the video. I ended up doing some more. We should ride in San Diego. I let him hear the whole Helen music. He already seen me perform Yankee. I let him hear more of that shit. Blase blah. And motherfucking after that, we was fucking with each other heavy. I started going out to New York with them niggas, linking up with them, all type of shit. So that was just that with that relationship. But that was a big record at that time for sure. That Money Keep Coming was saying.
Money definitely was saying.
Still one of my top streaming songs right now too.
So like, do you have like a manager or somebody that helps you get all these features?
No, I did
myself.
Just reach out with people. Yeah, reach out myself. Do that shit. You gotta make it happen. That's it. Like I said, we gotta make our own industry.
That's what's up. So man, you independent, so you put all your own
100%, everything. Our parents ain't around. My father was around. Mom ain't doing shit for no music. It's me. Ever since I was damn near 16, whatever the fuck I was doing.
I know how much this shit be costing.
Yo,
too. So man,
I commend you,
so brother.
I did it before kids, during kids, after kids.
Yo, yeah, you speaking of that, you got your son. His career going.
You already know we got the first video. Shout out to Kingsbury out here. Ain't no LLC. You know how we do. But we got the first single out. Money All the Time.
Yo, it's so fire, bro.
The Money All the Time.
Yeah, it's so fire.
Yeah, I watch it.
I'll be having my kids listen to it.
Yeah, we got that video, but now the Yankland, that triumphed the Money All the Time. Money All the Time. We don't even listen to that no more. Yankland with Luke Dizzy, that's gonna be on me and Luke Dizzy project coming out.
It ain't out yet?
Me and Luke Dizzy got a project worked out. The song's out. The video and the song's out. But the project coming out with me and Luke Dizzy. But that's more second feature, you know what I'm saying? First one, he was what, three or something, he saying that song?
How are you and Luke linked up like that and locked in?
Because it was a mutual friend we had. When I used to work at Jacobs at one time during the 5% line, my boy Keith, he lived on Branford, he lived on the same street as Luke Dizzy. And he was always telling me how Luke Dizzy was a fan of my music. Like, oh, fuck with you, you listen to your show all the time. And he would let me hear music at first. I'm like, dude, I ain't like it. I'm like, nah, man, he need more time, man. Take me shit up. But he finally was getting better, and he had sent me some shit one time. Plus, he did a favor for me. I ain't gonna talk about it on camera, some street shit, but he did a favor for me. And I'm like, okay, you feel me? Alright, we can do something. I ain't gonna charge you. I'm gonna charge you. I ain't gonna charge you. Just for that favor, and that was honorable.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bless you. You feel me?
Yeah.
And we did I did the Cut It Off song. But then he let me hear his In My Whip song, and I'm like, yo, before he put it, I'm like, oh, you getting better. Okay. That's what I did here. Niggas had to just, sometimes they
get a little motivation.
Yeah, this nigga need that. You feel me? Somebody gotta really give him that real authentic information, not just, make you stuck in your shit.
That's what I be telling people.
Folding your crap. Yeah, making your crap.
I make a song, I be telling people, yo, tell me the truth. What can be done?
Right.
Really?
So he made it In My Whip, and after that, we just started cooking, and now we buzzing with them. Man, Dizzy, everything we doing, niggas fucking with it. You feel me?
I mean, he stepped his game up by sure.
Like a motherfucker.
Like, he definitely did, man.
Got that bounce now. He come around your ball, and got to give him them juice real quick. That's my guy, though, for sure, though. That's my guy.
Yeah. Yeah, so before we head out, I just want you to give some advice to any Connecticut artists out here to try to be as consistent as you, drop good projects as yours. Somebody that's coming up that want to be in a position that you in. Tell them how they could get there.
Be a student of the game. Student. Study this shit. Don't just take everything for face value. Just like motherfuckers like basketball, they know every player, they know all the styles. They go watch the old school niggas, watch Dr. J. That's how I do. So if you gonna take my advice, that's what I did. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I go back and listen to Rakim every once in a while if I need to. Big Daddy Kane. Then I listen to the albums I never heard. Like, yo, this be fire. And I get inspiration from that shit. You know what I'm saying? So you got everybody. You know what I'm saying? So all that young versus old shit and all that shit. Rock niggas don't do that. So
digging the crates.
Be a student of the game. You feel me? And hold high value to it. If you ain't put the money out, I can't give you advice if you just put the money. I was writing since I was fucking 10 years old. It was for the love. It was for the money too, because I knew that niggas was rapping on TV and they look like they could feed their family. So it's for the love though still, because it's the love of your family. And the love of your position you want to put your family in. Money is just a necessity. You know what I'm saying?
It's just an action.
All that. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta just love this shit and put some real ideas in it. Get this rap shit back. Get in hip hop. Keep some elements in there. Put a little knowledge in there if you can. Even if you ain't gotta be the smartest nigga in the world, but even knowledge of what you know. Street knowledge too. Motherfuckers rap it and don't tell the bad side of it. So it's not the knowledge. You trick knowledge, nigga. That's all they doing right now. We pumping out trick knowledge. Drill music. I fuck with drill rappers. Shout out to some of them drill niggas.
But if the drill
rap, it's authentic.
But if the drill rap had a little bit,
shit, man.
A little bit.
That's all we want. That's all we need, man. That's motherfuckers. When they do that, niggas y'all crying at niggas' funerals and not when niggas dying. Don't just say smoke it back. Exactly. You bad when niggas smoking your pack. That's why you smoking that other nigga pack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when we get down to the motherfuckers admit the wrongs of it, we all can figure out how we can get the right out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right out of it, yeah, for sure. Because if we could get it right, it could be way more millionaires, millionaires.
Way more.
You feel me?
You know that? But there's gatekeepers to this shit, so we need new gatekeepers. I forgot who I was watching the other day and they were saying that shit. A couple people saying lately, new gatekeepers. If I get in the game, I would be one of them niggas trust. Because if I do this shit if I could do it on the micro, I could definitely do it on the macro. That's way easier. Fuck what niggas talking about. Way more resources, way more, you feel me? People to connect with. Right here, we don't even deal with what we can't deal with. There's only so much positive energy that's gonna go around this bitch. Hate faster than love and it's small. So if we get more love in big cities, it's gonna really be.
It's gonna really.
You feel me? People that really. Oh yeah, I know you conscious. I know this. I do this. Okay, we can figure out how to do the meet in the medium. Because how I do my shit. I told somebody the other day. My cousin Perk, we was talking about doing a project, and I'm like, my shit is conscious gangster.
Yeah.
They don't really. The industry don't like that though. They like to throw that off. You can't be both. Yes, you fucking can't.
Why you can't?
Talking about?
You
tell me no conscious nigga ain't clapping shit. Tupac clap shit. Don't clap the police. What you talking about? What the fuck do you know? Like what? Khalid Muhammad is not about to let you just run that shit. Like you know what I'm saying? Like come on, Malcolm X had the AK at the window.
Exactly, because it's not necessarily about gangster. Like you're saying, you love your family. You gonna be a man for your family first before anything.
So every gangster like street consciousness.
Street
consciousness. I say gang street. You know, gang conscious gangster street consciousness.
Street knowledge. Like street knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Knowledge, but at least like you said, show some knowledge in that junk because somebody can learn something from it.
Everybody in the street ain't a shooter, a robber, and a hustler. There's other people in the street doing shit.
That's a fact. I come from the streets. I'm not any of those.
You know, nigga, if you was outside long enough, you was around the bullshit, you was in it, and you was around 100 niggas with guns, and you with them and they all fuck with you. You somebody relative or whatever.
Yeah.
Y'all went to the same school, whatever. But you chose to leave that part alone?
Yeah.
That don't mean you're not a street nigga.
That don't mean it. Exactly.
What the fuck is no different than you but the shoe is at? What the heck? Does that really mean something? Come on now.
It don't mean that because most
you ain't clapping the niggas we need to clap. That's all I say that. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, the real truth is all this wild shit niggas doing, if you're not going against oppression, your shit means nothing. And we're going into a spiral, into some shit that we ain't gonna get out of. So right now, a nigga like me and us, we need to be on this shit so we can help bring that element back in because we ain't old, you feel me? But we new and fresh still to the world, you know what I'm saying?
We got mid-age.
We need that because that's what East Coast is known for, like scholarly motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? To know that shit, so we gotta bring that East Coast swag back.
Yeah, that's hip-hop started out motherfuckers bringing knowledge in the rap, rap form, you know?
We the closest niggas to taste that New York shit. Us in Philly, them old Jesus tell you when they went on the road, the first place they had to go was Philly and Connecticut.
Right here, bro.
We eat, breathe, and sleep it. 50 said in his last book, Hartford is a mecca for hip hop. Mecca is a strong word. It's a holy word. Yeah, it's about when I too. I put that as the intro. That's a holy word, a mecca. He said, he found himself in Hartford, Connecticut, because he said he seen Mike Tyson had his mansion of himself, and he was like, man, I might buy that. He found himself in Hartford, looking at Tyson mansion. He bought the mansion. He said he used to go to Hartford and get the pulse of the city. It's who they listen to. I never forget my mom telling me one time, like, yo, I seen 50 driving down Washington Street from the Mel place. I think he was in the car, so I know. And I know all of this said that shit. He said it recently. But they don't make that go viral. That's not going viral. Yeah. Nobody making that random Tyler while he say some random shit. They chop it up and it go viral. But we're 50 saying this is the mecca for hip hop. He says it's a mecca for hip hop. It's a mecca for hip hop.
Because they gotta come. Because they come here to
He said if you want to see, if you want to see any person from New York, bust. But that was the key word. It said New York artists. You gotta test it out in Connecticut. It's just our sound, our taste. We got a specific flavor and taste, and we really, like I said, it's a mecca. You eat, breathe, sleep.
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard to pop heads.
As a child, I listened to all the music. My mom playing all the music, rap shit. My father playing all the shit when he was around. You know what I'm saying? So uncles, everybody listening to rap all day. You feel me? So this shit is possible for sure.
You heard Ray Kwan You heard
Peace,
what
Connecticut.
Yeah, South Peace, Connecticut.
Nah, all of them. They don't shout out CT.
You know what I'm saying?
Hella cuts we can pull up. Mm-hmm.
It's good. Artists like you is pushing the way every day. So I want to commend you and thank you for pushing the way for people like me that I could create a platform like this to give other people a platform.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? It motivates me to drive and do what I want to do because I always wanted to be an artist doing what you're doing right now too. But along the line, I started finding new things that I like. I like to pick up the camera and edit, and I like to create
part of the path. Just like me
what I'm
changing my name a few times. It could have been something else that changed, but it was just a name change, you know what I'm saying? But everybody find their feet.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
as long as it's for the collective mission to help, you know what I'm saying, bring us to the next level, that's all about.
That's why we here, to bring Connecticut artists and the music scene and whatever we got going on to the next level. At least have us a media platform.
It's about being on code and having the mindset. We ain't all gotta agree and sit in a room and hold hands and say kumbaya, but if we all in the same, push, that's all it's about. The industry gonna see, like, oh, damn, the world gonna see Connecticut. Niggas travel. Like,
if everybody start pushing in one little direction.
You know what I mean? Mind, we got people from Connecticut all over the country at this point.
Yeah.
One of the top, in the last 5 years, we was like the top 3 states where people were moving out. You know what I'm saying? Plus, all of us, most of us from the South, the majority of us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hartford didn't have black people at one point in time.
So we came up here.
We came up here, you feel me? So it's real, man. We all connected, man. We just gotta get that name.
There's a lot of movie actors and stuff.
All that. The chick that wrote Power.
Yeah. The chicken, what's that? P Valley shit. She from Connecticut.
Tyler Paulie said he went to high school out here when he admitted it. Like, yo,
so he
boarding school.
Oh, so that's why he went to boarding school. I wonder what boarding school he went to, because I went to boarding school.
He said he went to boarding school.
So that's probably why he don't like it.
Come on, I'm balling in New Britain. Like, come on, now you find out a lot of stuff. I got a record coming out, man, Dizzy. They ain't knowing yet, but we got a record coming out with Notch. Notch is somebody that was assigned to Atlantic, Born Jamaican. He just broke down the whole story with me. Because he telling us to get ready right now. Shout out to Notch. Like, he know label people. He saying he's going to reach the next level with this record we got in the company. Basically, I get this like Yank record. It's going to be one of them ones. But he's from Hartford, Connecticut. He moved when he was 11. Maybe I can get him to get an interview one day, but I can just break it down real quick. He moved when he was 11. And he moved to D.C. Somebody put bread behind him. They joined the group when they was young. Ended up on the Apollo Live on TV. Ended up on Team Summer. Ended up signing with Atlantic. They're responsible for some of the earliest early 90 groups to mesh hip hop with reggae. And when he heard our shit from a director that had our music, that had the song in the cut, one of our songs that me and Dizzy put out, it's basically a remix of this. That's what we're doing. A song that's out already. And he was like, yo, I love this shit. Like, it's a mixture that, like, you feel me, got the flavor.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm people Jamaican, and people used to call me Yankee, and all that shit, so it just, like, fit the vibe.
Yeah.
And he did songs like, Ya Tu Sabe, the remix on that Tony So Seductive beat. And he did that, nothing to go, no, so, like, he toured with Buju Banton. He did shit with Shaggy, like, he's up there, so. Niggas is working, man. He's from Hartford, so that was the whole moral of that. Like, we got a lot of people that's in places. We just
definitely do.
We got to reach out and get that. Once it finally hit, like, it's gonna be real. Trust and believe, man. Just trust and believe.
Yeah, people gotta get ready because I feel it coming, man. People gotta get ready, get on their A game.
Let's get it.
But thank you for coming in doing the interview, bro. I appreciate it. Man. Anytime you're welcome back, we're gonna keep doing more because. You a consistent fella, so we always have.
Yeah, always got
like you got so many projects. You got OSS. You on OSS 4?
Yep.
Dang. OSS 4 right here. You on the 4th one. Then you got Iceman. Yo, man.
Come on, man.
That's like 10 projects in itself, and that's not counting all the other things you got.
And all the other side shit is the way. Like, come on, man.
Yo, my boy, man. Future X in the building, man. Thank you for coming in.
You already know. Peace.
All right.